Hello folks, this is Zeta Kai for the Gunpla Network, and this is the review of the high-grade Universal Century Gundam Unicorn Perfectibility, or the Gundam Unicorn Plan B. This kit is a Gundam base exclusive and was supplied to us by Side7Exports.com. If you want to buy this kit or any other Gundam base exclusive or premium Bandai kit or merchandise, please be sure to check Side7Exports.com, use the coupon code GunplaNetwork10 at checkout, to save 10% on your entire order. So what is the Perfectibility Gundam? Well, it's more than just a high-grade Gundam Destroy molded in white and blue. This kit is kind of like the alternate ending to Unicorn. Instead of Episode 7, Banashee getting the firepower of the full armor Unicorn, he gets this, which is all of the armed armor parts mounted onto a Unicorn Destroy mode to, quote, maximize its mobility, whatever that means. So that's what you get in this kit. You don't get anything new with this part. If you watched my unboxing, you know that. You get a bunch of pieces from other Unicorns, Banshees, Phenex kits put together into this. So the first armed armor bit you get is the Armed Armor DE, which is the defense extensions, these two awesome shields from the Phenex narrative version. The narrative version, including the little tails here, is what you get. The tails are not individually articulated. The articulation is the same as the Phenex. In fact, all of the articulation here is basically the same as any other high-grade Universal Century Unicorn or Banshee, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. You also get the Armed Armor XC, which stands for Xeno Connect, which improves the affinity between pilot and mobile suit, and just happens to also look really cool. You get the Armed Armor BS, which stands for Beam Smart Gun. You have the option of making it in its folded up kind of deactive state like this, or you can opt to make it in its deployed, ready to fire, cool railgun state like this one. This is my preferred look, however it does sacrifice the use of one of the hands. The other Armed Armor bit that you get, or one of the other ones, is the Armed Armor VN, which stands for Variable Nail, which is probably my favorite one of them all. It's the awesome claw from the Banshee. It could be a little bit bigger. That was always my quibble with this high-grade version. The claw isn't quite as big as it ought to be, but man, does it look good. The blue used here has like a coating on it that's kind of like a shimmery metallic. It looks so great. Now, unfortunately, unlike the BS, the VN you cannot deploy in its deactive mode. And that's because the armor on the destroy mode of the Unicorn is different than the armor on the regular Unicorn or Banshee, and you need kind of a different piece to attach the parts. You get the parts for the deactive kind of club-looking hand, but they cannot attach with the parts included in the box. So that's a little unfortunate, but really, why would you want the club hand when you can have the cool chicken claw? So the last Armed Armor piece is the Armed Armor HJ, or Hyper Beam Javelin. And yes, that's right, that's what this is. This is the folded up version of it. It's basically one big piece of plastic with a couple other little pieces on it. I have no idea what it does or why it has a pistol grip, but you can deploy it in folded or partially unfolded mode like this, putting on the really awesome beam effect parts. But let's be honest, no one's ever going to display it like this. I don't even understand it. You want to display it like this, with the axe and then the little triangle-shaped spear part at the top. Now be careful, that little piece does kind of fall off from time to time. But all in all, it looks amazing. The clear blue is perfect. It has these little like spiky bits inside to really enhance the detail, and it looks really good. You can also take the triangle piece off the top by the axe and move it down to the bottom of the staff. The staff has that pistol grip for one hand, and then there where the other hand is, it's kind of a round, kind of loose part there to make that easy to grab with both hands. And it looks great. I love the way that the look of the Hyper Beam Javelin kind of balances out the over-the-top, top-heavy kind of look of the Unicorn Perfectibility. It just makes it look a lot better and really evens out the looks of this kit. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't really even out the weight distribution or anything like that. This is a back-heavy and top-heavy kit. Once you get all these extra bits attached to it, it does want to fall over a lot. And so it's nice that you can use an action base with it. You also get a few other accessories. You get a clear blue beam effect part. You actually get 2 of those. And you get the beam magnum from the standard Unicorn destroy mode. You get 4 beam saber hilts in total and 2 effect parts. And so you can make use of those. And again, that beam magnum also comes with a trigger finger hand, although you will have to swap around the back of the hand plate parts. It only comes with 2 of those. One side effect, I think, of the XC is you can deploy the beam tonfas. It has like more energy to use the beam effect parts or something like that to use the beams. Anyway, it looks really cool. You can put them on. You can still make that work. At least on this hand, the hand with the claw on it. The other hand with the BS, it doesn't really work. So here are all the other bits that you get with this kit. You get a whole bunch of spare parts, and most of them, unfortunately, you can't really use on the kit. You get some duplicate parts here for the wrist and gauntlet parts, some parts from other kits. You get 2 of the entire Banshee V-fin parts that you can't attach to this head. You need a Banshee head. It's a little different. These chest pieces all work, though you can swap them in and out. The shield will work, but you kind of have to tear things apart to get it mounted on the arm properly. You get the beam saber hilt pieces for the backpack, but again, the Banshee Norn parts get in the way. And these strut pieces for the shields, you can't use those because the shields hit the Banshee Norn main. You get those included club parts, which I said you can't really use either. You get extra grenade launchers. Those are just total duplicates from the shield. And you get 1 white expressive hand. It's cool to have them. The only thing that I realistically could see using is the chest piece. But anyway, it's nice that you get all those extra pieces. So one thing I wanted to talk about was in the unboxing, I discussed all the different color of blue that come with this kit. You get the blue of the Psycho Frame, the typical darker blue for the bottom of the feet. This clear blue is a little different than the Psycho Frame blue, and it's also a little different from the Beam Saber Effect blue. This blue here is that kind of gloss or coated, I guess it's not gloss injection, it's more of a coating on these parts and the parts for the claw and on the back of the mane. You also get these blue stickers, which are a little different than all the other blues. And you also get the V-fin, which is yet another color of blue than the rest of all the other blues. So you get like 6 different colors and shades and tones of blue throughout the kit. And I was really worried how they would coalesce. But once you get it together, it looks fine. I don't really have any huge complaints. I really, really wish that they could come up with something other than those stickers. But I mean, what are you going to do? So all in all, the model kit is super impressive to look at. It's a little finicky. This review was pretty frustrating to make because little pieces are always hitting something else. The tails of the shields always make it like kind of fall over, and then you knock the V-fin off because the main part hits the head part, and then one of the like chicken claws knocks off your hold on the hyper beam javelin, and then the little triangle piece falls off the javelin, and it's pretty frustrating to kind of play around with. This isn't like a kit you're gonna build and then like put in all these crazy dynamic poses and keep it on your desk as like kind of a toy like model kit to play around with. This isn't a kit that I'm gonna give to my 12-year-old son and have him play with. This is an awesome display piece and a very, very cool collector's item. It definitely stands out among all the other unicorns and banshees that we've got before. Here are a bunch of those in high grade form. Probably my favorite is the green one right there, the Awakening version with all the little crystal parts coming out of the Psycho Shard, just because it's so different, has so many different and unique parts with it. That's probably my favorite like special version of the unicorn. But the perfectibility, you can't deny, it definitely stands out. It is massive. It is a beast of possibility. And it really, really looks great. I highly recommend this kit. I think it's worth the price tag because everything about it's so special. To get all those Psycho Frame parts in blue, you do have to buy a Phenex, and then you'd have to buy the white unicorn, and you're never going to get those really cool coated blue parts in any Banshee or Banshee Norn. Those parts are so, so beautiful. I kind of wish that the whole like Psycho Frame was those parts, but I understand that they couldn't really do that. But it would look really great. Yeah, so I guess that's it. That wraps up the review. Like I said, this is an outstanding kit to put on your shelf and look awesome, to just tower over your other high grades, to be that centerpiece of a display, a collection, even a collection of all unicorns and banshees. This would be the one that I would display as the centerpiece. Maybe the Phenex narrative, like gold-coated version, but there's so many bad nubs on that kit. I think this is truly like one of the pinnacles of the unicorn line, and something to seek out if you're a collector like me of the unicorn, or you're looking for something a little different. So that's it for the review. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff down below. Let us know what your favorite version of the unicorn is. And as always, continue assembling.